Jungkook is a super rich college dude who insulted you in public for being poor. And now, in order to seek your revenge, you are planning to gold Jungkook. In order to watch the previous parts of this video, please check out the playlist titled Revenge. It was like I was trapped under a spell. Jungkook slowly and cautiously leaned forward. Inch by inch, the gap between us grew smaller until I could feel his warm breath brush loosely against my lips. Jungkook's eyes dropped from my eyes to my lips with a deep level of desperation burning within them. Suddenly, Jungkook threw himself forward and captured my lips with his. The second he made contact, I felt like I forgot how to breathe. He was kissing me, his hands around my waist, our bodies pressed together. This was really happening. Slowly and softly, Jungkook moved his lips against mine, and it felt like it was conveying a million emotions at once: want, need, desperation, and most of all, desire. Not being able to hold myself back any longer, I leaned into him and let our lips move together. All while still kissing me, Jungkook lifted me up and dragged me onto his lap. We continued like that for a while before the need to breathe consumed me. I slowly pulled away, and as my eyes opened, the first thing I saw were his eyes. "God, I should have done that months ago," he whispered. It was then I realized the extent of what I had done. Jungkook leaned forward for another kiss. "Jungkook, stop!" "Hey, what's wrong? Did I hurt you?" No, of course not. You didn't do anything. It's not your fault, it's mine. I shouldn't have done that." "Why?" Jungkook yelled out. "So, you are going to pretend this didn't happen? Can we talk about this?" "What's there to talk about, Jungkook? You kissed me because you were looking for a distraction girl like you always are." "A distraction girl? Is that what you think you are to me?" He laughed. "Why? I have liked you for months now. I have wanted to kiss you for months now. Can't you see that?" "You might regret that kiss, but I don't." "Jungkook, I don't want to talk about this." "And why not?" "Please, Jungkook." "Okay, fine. Thanks," I muttered weakly. I closed my eyes in frustration as my phone buzzed against my thigh. I didn't even need to look to know that it was Jungkook. From the second I left Greece in that taxi, he has been calling me, texting me, and even emailing me. "Oh, for goodness, Wayne, it's been a week. Just pick up the phone already," Jimin said impatiently. Once I was done cleaning up the exercise equipment, I went to the changing rooms. Suddenly, two strong arms wrapped around my waist. Before I could scream, a hand clambered over my mouth. The door slammed heavily as it closed behind us. Suddenly, I paused as a delicious smell circulated the room. Only one person could smell this good. "Jungkook?" The second I spoke, the lights turned off, and Jungkook's concerned face appeared inches before mine. It had only been a week since I had seen him up close, and I had already missed him. "What the hell, Jungkook? I thought you were trying to kill me. I could have hurt you." "Well, I'm sorry, but I got desperate. You have been ignoring me all the week. I have texted you, I have called you. I have shown up at your flat, and you are all running. Is it because I kissed you? Is that why you are mad at me?" "I am not mad at you, Jungkook. You did absolutely nothing wrong. You are perfect, trust me. Everything wrong is to do with me and me alone." "There is nothing wrong with you. What are you talking about?" "Trust me, You should forget about me, okay? I'm not who you think I am, I said quickly. No, I'm not forgetting anything about you. Well, you should. I am done playing games, Ryan. I am done pretending that we are friends or acquaintances. I am done pretending I don't think about you all the time. I am done pretending that I don't want to rip your clothes off every time I see you. And most of all, I am done pretending that I don't have feelings for you. Taking a deep breath, I drew on all my inner strength and pushed him away. Jungkook, we can't. I am not attracted to you, okay? You are not my type. You are nice to hang out with, but I don't like you that way, I said bluntly. Not attracted to me? Really? Come on, Ryan, stop lying to me. Jungkook, stop it, I said as I pushed him away from me. I cleared my throat and held my phone to my ear. Hey, Mom. Hey, Ryan, how is my baby? Your baby is fine. I still can't believe you didn't even tell me you went to Greece. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, okay? Anyway, tell me about your date. Your father told me you went on a date yesterday. She asked, her voice lively with excitement. It was good, but I don't think it's going to work out, Mom. Wait, what? What do you mean? I thought it was with Jungkook. No, absolutely not. Jungkook and I are friends. Oh, I thought he was... never mind. Mom, you don't have to sound so disappointed. You are making me feel guilty. I whined into the phone. Well, you should be. I saw him on FaceTime and he looked cute. Deciding to change the topic, I cleared my throat. Anyway, Mom, do you know if you are going to be able to go home for Christmas? Oh my god, I completely forgot to tell you. They're letting me go home, honey. They say I'm responding so much better to the treatment. Isn't that great? Wait, what? I screamed in excitement. This is amazing. I can't believe, oh my god. I told you, Mom. I told you would be fine. Ryan, they said it was getting better. Not that I was cured. Hush, let me have this moment. She laughed. Suddenly, my phone vibrated as I got a text message. And it was from Jungkook. I am sick. Unless you are confirming that you are sick in the head, would you care to elaborate? I have got a really nasty cold. I can barely get out of bed. I could really use some help, Ryan. Please. I paused for a moment. I thought he was going to trick me into walking into his apartment. Or what if he was telling the truth? What if he was really sick? I frowned as a horrible image of Jungkook shivering, all cold and alone in bed came to mind. Okay, I will be over in 10. Within no time, I went to his apartment. I examined Jungkook from head to toe. You don't look sick, I said bluntly. Suddenly, without any warning, Jungkook grabbed my wrist and placed it gently against his forehead. I was about to rip my hand away, but then I paused. Oh my god, you are actually hot. Fully worried now, I moved my hand to his cheeks and then his neck, horrified to find that they were also quite hot. Why didn't you tell me you were actually ill, you idiot? Ouch, easy. Hush, just don't talk. You need to rest. I would feel better if you sleep here beside me. Nice try, Jungkook, but go to sleep. I was currently on a video call with my dad, and he was revealing some pleasing news about our plans for Christmas. Hey Ryan, do you want me to invite Jungkook around for Christmas? Dad, I literally gave you and Mom specific instructions not to invite him over. And how the hell do you even have his number? Oh right, he called me when you were in hospital and I saved his number. Oh, come on, Ryan. It won't be that bad. He's only staying for a couple of days before Christmas. And the poor chap sounded so excited when I asked. And besides, I thought you would be happy he was coming. Isn't he your boyfriend? No, he's not. Why does everybody think that? Because most people aren't stupid, my dad said bluntly. Anyway, Ryan, let's see some other time. Bye. No, Dad, don't you dare hang up on me. You need to uninvite him. Do you hear me? Dad! Oops, what's got you in such a mood? Jimin asked as he eyed me up and down in caution. My stupid dad invited Jungkook home with me for a couple of days. That's what. Always happy to help, Jimin winked. Suddenly, Jungkook came in. I swallowed nervously as I remembered that Jungkook still thought Jimin was my ex. Jungkook turned to face me with a narrowed eyes. He still lives here? He asked, a hint of tension to his tone. I cleared my throat nervously. Yeah, we still need 2 people to pay both sides of the rent, so yeah. Why didn't you say anything? You could have asked me for money. Or better yet, there is a spare room at my place. You can move in with me. No, trust me, that is definitely not necessary. I cleared my throat to build back my confidence. Yeah, my dad told me that he invited you. But don't worry about giving me a lift. Jimin and I were going to take the train anyway. I explained quickly. No, that's stupid. Why take the train when I can give you a ride for free? I looked nervously at the street that had been my real home for the last 19 years. It wasn't the worst, but it wasn't the best either. It looked nowhere near as fancy as Jungkook's fancy beach holiday home, that's for sure. As I opened the door, I heard 2 high-pitched screams. Sorry about that, it's always a bit noisy around here. Are those your brothers? Jungkook smiled. Yeah, they're only 5, so you know that explains the noise. Ryan! They screamed as they jumped off the last step and hurled themselves into my arms, one after another. I collapsed down to my knees so I could hug them better, a bright warm smile on my face. So let me get this right. Your name is Xavier and your name is Callum, right? A small smile pricked to my face in surprise that Jungkook remembered both their names. Soon, the kitchen door swung open and my dad walked in. Dad! Ah, Ryan, I have missed you, darling, he said as he kissed the top of my head. Oh, and you must be Jungkook. Good to meet you, son, he said as he quickly reached out to give Jungkook an overly enthusiastic shake hand. Thank you so much for inviting me, sir, Jungkook replied in a surprisingly formal tone. I desperately suppressed the urge to laugh as I saw how much wider his eyes seemed to have gotten, as though desperate to impress my dad. Wow, Ryan, posh and hot, you really know how to pick them, my dad whispered. My dad nearly laughed at my embarrassment. Anyway, dinner will be ready in about 20 minutes. Why don't you show Jungkook your old bedroom or something? He said as he nodded his head up the stairs. Soon, my mother came in. My heart swelled as I took in the beautiful sight of my mother. She was laughing with that big great smile of hers. Oh God, I have missed you so much, Ryan, she said as she pulled me to her tighter. I have missed you too, I whispered back gently. So, where is this new boyfriend of yours, huh? Jungkook, who is my friend, just went upstairs. Is he buying you your engagement ring? Mom! Oh, relax, Ryan. I'm only joking. When did he become so serious, huh? She teased as she gave my shoulder a playful nudge. Hey, is it okay if I join you? Jungkook said softly as he looked awkwardly between my mother and I. Yeah, of course, come in, take a seat. So, you are the famous jeon Jungkook, are you? Wyan talks about me a lot, I bet. All the time. She's lying. No, I mostly am not lying. She can't shut up about you. I heard Jungkook's chuckles break the air. You guys are mean. I'm going to get a drink. Despite my nervousness at leaving them alone, I rolled my eyes and headed out of the room. I wonder what they were talking. Not being able to resist the temptation, I leaned my ear against the door. She seriously marched up to you and demanded you be her friend. Yep, my cheeks burnt a little, realizing he was telling my mom about my earliest tactic of getting him to be my friend. Yeah, but jokes aside, I could never be more thankful that she forced her way into my life. Wyan helped me in more ways than I could ever thank her for. You have an amazing daughter. Yeah, I know, she's amazing. However, I also think she has a lot to thank you for. She's been happier since she met you, you know. Smiles more, laughs more. She's too stubborn to admit it, Jungkook. But she really likes you, she said softly. And also, thanks a lot for helping Wyan when she got hurt. Trust me, you don't need to thank me for that. I would do anything for Wyan. Would you promise me something, Jungkook? My mom asked, her voice sounding scarcely serious. Yeah, of course. Can you promise that you will be there for her if I... I promise, Jungkook whispered. Suddenly, Jungkook pulled his gaze my way, and my heart jumped as our eyes met. You alright? You are kinda staring at me. Am I that good looking? Jungkook teased. I rolled my eyes and pulled back away from him. Jungkook, it's sad to give yourself compliments, you know. Didn't deny it though, did you? Oh, by the way, Jungkook, why did you go to the shop today? I asked curiously. Yeah, hold on a second. Jungkook took something from his pocket. Jungkook placed a small, neatly wrapped gift in my open hand. This is yours, he stated confidently. But I didn't get you anything. You gave me your bra, didn't you? He whispered. No, Jungkook, you stole my bra? Jungkook winked. You are ridiculous. Go on, open it. But isn't it tradition to wait till Christmas to open presents? Well, yeah, and I want to see your reaction to this one in person. And besides, this isn't the only present I got you. There is 5 more presents on your bed. Why do you think I would only get you one? Jungkook, why did you do this? You are making me feel like a trash for not getting you anything. Wyan, I really don't care. Just promise not to ignore me next time, and we will be good. Despite knowing that it was wrong to agree to that, I nodded my head. Fine, I promise. Excellent, now open it. I slowly pulled the ribbon and carefully folded off the wrapping paper. Inside a small silver box, there was a picture. But it wasn't any picture. It was the two of us. Jungkook had his arms wrapped tightly around me as we sat together on the merry-go-round. His lips were pressed to the crest of my neck, and I was beaming back at the camera. I made it for you after you left Greece, in case you ran away because you were mad at me. Do you like it? We can always get the picture changed if you don't. No, I love it. Just like the way it is. Thank you. I whispered back honestly. No problem. After Christmas, a lot of things had changed regarding my plan for handling Jungkook. I had decided I was no longer going to ignore him since I realized that it was pretty much impossible. So instead, I was going to strictly remain friends with him and never tell him the truth. You are aware you are coming home with me today, right? No, I'm not. Yes, you are because I need my dosage of YN time. YN time? Yeah, I miss you. Jungkook, we literally had a movie night yesterday. Yeah, but Jimin was also there, no? And it was annoying. Jungkook grumbled like a child. Well, what do you expect? He lives there. Yeah, how could I forget? Anyway, answer the question. Will you come around to mine today or do I have to kidnap you? Fine, whatever. I will come to your stupid flat, okay? Good. Hey YN, how are you? I'm fine, actually thanks for asking. YN, come on, I want to show you something. Then before I even had a chance to respond, Jungkook grabbed my hand and started pulling me along to his bedroom. Why am I in your guest room? Because it can be your room. My eyes widened in shock. He pulled me over to the wardrobe. Look at all the space. There is space to put your shoes right here and your jewelry. Jungkook, I don't even have that many clothes. That's simple. I could buy you twice as many clothes to fill it all up. Still, Jungkook, I can't leave my apartment. I still have to pay my side of the rent. It's not fair on Jimin. Well, that's fine. I will pay it for you. I don't mind. But it's still... Hey, come on. Let's check out the bed first. It's bouncy. Let me show you. Jungkook! I screamed once as he suddenly threw me onto the bed. The mattress sunk under my weight and Jungkook jumped onto the bed beside me with a laugh. You needed to appreciate how soft the bed is. Go on YN, admit it, it's soft. Okay fine, I admit it's quite soft. See, this bed can be yours YN. You can even have my bed if you want. You would give me your bed? I asked, looking at him in surprise. Yeah, with me in it. I rolled my eyes at him, not able to wipe the smile from my face. But it soon faded as I remembered how wrong it was. Jungkook, why are you doing this? Because I want you here, he whispered. I barely noticed how close Jungkook had gotten until I felt the warmth of his breath brush against my lips. My breath hitched as he suddenly moved his lips down to the crook of my neck and kissed it softly. Stay with me. Jungkook. Jungkook trailed his lips to my jawline and kissed me once more. Say yes. No, Jungkook, stop. You need to stop doing this. Doing what? Doing this. You are messing with my head all the time and it's driving me crazy. I said that we are just friends, Jungkook. Why didn't you get that? Letting out a bitter laugh, Jungkook took a step closer to me. You think I'm the one messing with your head? Well, what am I supposed to do? I can't just be your friend. And why the hell not? Because what? Because I can't stop thinking about you. Because I love you, okay? The moment the words left his mouth, it felt as though the whole room has suddenly deafened. I willed myself to say something, but all I could do was stare. I stared at Jungkook, desperately hoping that he would take back his words. He couldn't love me. He just couldn't. No, you don't. You don't know what you're talking about. Yes, I do, YN. I know what I feel. I love you. I can't believe I thought I could be your friend. I shouldn't have come here, I said before turning for the door. Suddenly, a hand grabbed my arm. Wait, hold on a second. So, you're going to leave me again? You promised you wouldn't do this again. Do you know how much that hurt when you did that to me in Greece? I nearly had killed myself worrying about your safety. And why the hell do you keep running? As I stared back at Jungkook, the pain in his eyes became almost haunting. Jungkook, please don't say that again. And why the hell not? It's the truth. You might be okay pretending that there is nothing between us, but I'm not. Do you know how painful it is to hold in my feelings all the time? To pretend that I don't mind being a stupid friend? Well, I don't like it either, Jungkook, I said, losing my patience. Do you think it doesn't hurt to push you away? Do you think I enjoy calling you my friend? Do you think it doesn't kill me inside every time I lie and say I feel nothing for you? Well, Jungkook, I hate it. I hate every second I have to pretend that I don't love you. What did you say? Jungkook interrupted. Well, okay, fine. So, what if I love you? That doesn't still... My words got cut off as Jungkook suddenly pushed me against the wall and crashed his lips down onto mine. My hand moved to his back and pulled him closer towards me, digging my fingers into his back as I kissed him back, meeting each movement of his mouth with equal vigor. It was a hot, needy, passionate kiss. Jungkook, no, this is wrong. I breathed out, my voice coming out shaky and raw. Still breathing heavily from our kiss, he looked back and forth between my eyes. Why the hell it is wrong? Because I'm not good enough for you. I have done bad things, unforgivable things, okay? I cried as tears started to blur my eyes. Hey, Jungkook said softly as he grabbed my chin. Listen to me carefully, Jeon. You will always be good enough for me. I don't know what's got you so scared, but whatever it is, I promise you it won't change anything. I love you, Jeon. He whispered softly against my cheek. Really? Yes. I don't think I could love you anymore if I tried. His touch, the softness of his eyes, what he was saying, it was all too much. I grabbed him and pulled his lips down onto mine. My hands found themselves running up the length of his back, searching hungrily over the surface. I was focused on kissing him until I was suddenly thrown roughly down onto the kitchen counter. God, you are beautiful, Jungkook whispered. His words barely left his mouth before his lips were back on mine, kissing me hungrily. Bedroom, I whispered against his lips. Clearly not having to be told twice, Jungkook carried me away without breaking away from the kiss. I quickly ripped his top over his head. You are bossy, aren't you? At this point, we were both like animals, hungrily running our hands up and down each other's bodies, kissing each other like we were each other's last breath of oxygen. I could feel our chest rising and falling heavily against one another, so desperate for each other's touch after all these months of repression. Continue, I said breathlessly. What? Seriously? Yes, I laughed. I have known you for 5 months now. I don't need to do this slowly. I want everything, I stated boldly. God, I love you, he whispered against my lips. And I love you too, I whispered softly. Soon, our words evaporated into shaky breaths. All I was left with was one beautiful thought. Jeon Jungkook was finally mine. I took a deep breath in and further relaxed as I smelled the delicious smell of a masculine fragrance. Everything on the bed smelled like him. The pillow, the sheets, probably even me. And I loved it. As I made my way to the door, Jungkook cleared his throat. Hey Jeon, if I am in the shower when you come back in, feel free to join. You know, to save the water and all. You are ridiculous, I said with a laugh before leaving the room. I was about 10 minutes into my jog through the park, and no matter what, I couldn't wipe the enormous smile from my face. I didn't even care that the wind was icy cold. The only thing I cared about was that Jeon Jungkook loved me. Humming myself a little song, I came back to the apartment. Yo Jungkook, I'm home, I called out as I closed the door behind me. I paused as I found Jungkook sitting on the edge of the bed, fully clothed with a book on his lap. Still want the shower? I teased. Instead of looking up at me with a playful spark in his eyes, Jungkook kept his head down. Jungkook, hey, what's wrong? Before I could ask him again, Jungkook closed the book in his hands with shaky hands so that I could see the cover. The moment I registered exactly what book it was, my blood ran cold and I felt like I couldn't even breathe. It was my book, the book that started so many problems in my life. Written on the top in block letters was my plan to destroy Jeon Jungkook. What is this? Jungkook, it's... Just give it back. I asked you a damn question, Ryan. I said, what the hell is this? How did you get this? Did you go through my bag? No, actually it fell out of your bag. And funnily enough, the cover caught my attention. Since you are refusing to answer me, why don't I read a little bit out for you? I watched helplessly as Jungkook flicked to the first page of the book. Target: Jeon Jungkook. Jeon Jungkook is a 26-year-old egotistical stupid who studies. Jungkook, stop! Oh, sorry. Do you not like this page? Should we move on to the next one? Plan of action. Get him to be my friend. Date him. Get him to buy me stuff. And then dump him like he means nothing. Jungkook listed off with a laugh. Is that what I am to you, Ryan? Nothing? Jungkook, look, this was a long time ago. I wrote this on the day I met you, and I was so angry with you, and so you thought it would be fun to gold dig me? So you decided to use me? You were pretending this whole time, weren't you? Pretending to be my friend, pretending to like me. Jungkook yelled, his voice cracking. Jungkook, I swear it was real. Everything I feel for you is real. There is no way I could fake that. Nobody could fake that. I tried to reach out for his hand, but he flinched away from me. Don't you dare touch me. Jungkook stared at me for a long time, his eyes flickering back and forth between mine. If that's so true, why wouldn't you tell me? Why wouldn't you confess the minute you felt something for me? Because I searched his eyes for some kind of excuse. Let me guess, because you still needed money. Have you done this to guys before? No, Jungkook, no, Do you know, I would have died for you without even thinking. That's how much I loved you. And you know what's the funniest thing? I thought I found somebody who loved me, who made me feel happy. Well, I guess I was wrong, wasn't I? Jungkook interrupted me by taking a step forward. Congratulations, Ryan. You got exactly what you wanted. I hope it was worth it. And just get out. I don't want to ever see you again. Knowing I had no right to argue with him, I slowly nodded my head and headed for the door. And at that moment, I registered one truth. Jeon Jungkook would never forgive me. Though I was nervous, I knew I needed to carry out my plan. Well, I was going to finish this the same way I started it, which was by annoying Jungkook into being my friend. Obviously, there was a little more detail to it, which was the most important part of the plan. I cleared my throat. Hey Jungkook, how are you? I asked politely. Jungkook didn't say a word to me. I tried again. Here, I got you a drink. It's your favorite, black coffee. Jungkook ignored and walked off. My mouth hung open a little in shock at his rudeness. No, but seriously, Jungkook, I came here to apologize again for what happened. The way you found out was awful, and I'm so sorry for not being honest from the beginning. There was no excuse. Why the hell are you even here? Jungkook said coldly. So, are you going to ignore me now? No sarcastic commentary, no insult, nothing? Oh, come on, Jungkookie. I'm giving you free rein to insult me right now. If I were you, I would take this opportunity and run with it. I said with a teasing smirk. Jungkook gave me a glare this time. What was it you used to call me? Witch. Annoying witch. Come on, literally say one of them. Just one. Jungkook's lip twitched, but he quickly composed himself. As I blabbered away, suddenly, Jungkook held my waist and quickly twisted me around to face him. I was surprised to find him with fiery eyes and a glare 10 times more powerful than before. Was lying to me for months not enough for you? Or do you also want to hurt me by getting yourself stupidly killed as well? Next time, focus less on chatting and more on where you are going. Absolutely speechless, I stared at Jungkook. At that moment, I probably should have thanked him. But instead, all I did was smile at him stupidly. Jungkook ignored me through the rest of our walk and only broke his silence too occasionally to tell me to shut up or go away. Once we reached the library, I cleared my throat. So, what are you looking for? A book, he said bluntly. What in particular? I could help you if you want. Why are you doing this? Because I don't want to end up things like this. I just want you back in my life. I'm sorry, Jungkook. And I don't want to leave you. I don't. You know what? I want to show you something. Before I could say a word, Jungkook grabbed me by the waist and pushed my back into the closest bookshelf. His warm breath brushed right up against my lips as he closed me in. Then, before I could even process a thing, his lips descended on mine. Not even caring that someone could walk around the corner, I wrapped my arms around the back of his head to pull him even closer to me. Despite the fact Jungkook was kissing me, I could feel something odd. Normally, his movements were passionate, fast movement followed by slow, but now he seemed to be kissing me roughly and purposely, like he was trying to prove some kind of point. Suddenly, Jungkook broke our kiss. After a second to collect myself, I finally had enough sense to talk. Why did you? I'm so confused right now. I did that for a reason, and one reason alone. Not because I forgive you, not because I like you, but to show you how little I care about you. How easy it is to kiss you and walk away. How easy it is to feel nothing when I look at you. How easy it is for me to play around with your feelings, give you hope, and then step on it. What? I whispered, a sickening feeling of disappointment running through my chest. I willed myself to say something, but no words escaped my lips. And like that, Jungkook pushed himself off the bookcase and left. Slowly, I peeked open an eyelid and tried to make sense of my surrounding. As soon as my vision cleared, I realized I was in Jungkook's bedroom. That beautiful distinct smell of him soaked through the sheets. Before I could question it further, the door opened and Jungkook came in. As Jungkook walked into the room, everything started to come back to me, all of it. Getting drunk in the party and throwing up all over him. And oh my god. Looking down, I registered the shirt I was wearing. It was one of Jungkook's. Sorry, but I had to change you. I didn't want any of your vomit on my bed. I gave him a weak and awkward smile. Yeah, no worries. It's not like you haven't seen my Yeah, I get it, Jungkook said, not letting me finish the sentence. His words did truly hurt me. It was without a doubt he still hated me. Perhaps he always would. I cleared my throat. I'm so sorry for ruining your night. Jungkook let out a chuckle. You done? Yes, I am. Walking closer to the bed, he came to a stop and thrown something onto the sheets. Those are painkillers for the headache. Thanks, I said weakly. I washed your dress. It's in the bathroom. You can go grab a shower if you want. And you know where the spare toothbrushes are. My heart sung with guilt. God, I'm so sorry. You shouldn't have to do all this. It is what it is, Jungkook said before turning for the door. Jungkook, I called out. Why did you have me sleep in your room? Wasn't the guest room free? I asked slowly. Look, I just did it, okay? Don't reach too much into it. I just slept beside you in case you choked. Come to the kitchen when you are done, he said before leaving the room. After a few minutes of silence, I got up to move to the bathroom. Suddenly, I saw a phone lying on the bed. It was Jungkook's. Suddenly, a notification appeared, causing the screen to flash to life. That's when I saw the background picture. It was our picture. It was the one where Jungkook had his lips pressed to my neck as we rode together on the carousel. Same one on the jewelry box he had given me. The more I looked at it, the more I couldn't believe it. He hadn't changed the picture. My eyes moved over the picture, taking in every minute detail. To be honest, most of the days I spent with Jungkook were good days. It was a shame I had noticed so late. Hey, what are you doing? A voice interrupted. I looked helplessly back and forth between the phone and him. Jungkook immediately tore the phone out of my hand. He looked as though he was about to scream at me, but then his eyes fell onto the screen. He froze up and stared at the picture for quite some time. Finally, he looked at me. He opened his mouth to say something, but then he closed it. Don't touch my phone, please. Your phone is on the table. Soon, I picked up my phone. My eyebrows furrowed as I took in the number of missed calls I had. 50 missed calls from my dad and 20 from Jimin. I didn't have a chance to investigate further before my dad's caller ID flashed on the screen. Dad, what's wrong? Why have you been calling me so much? Dad, hello, are you still there? I laughed into the phone. More silence came in. Starting to get a little bit worried, I clutched the phone tighter in my hand and walked a little further from the table. Dad, seriously, what's wrong? Wyan, I'm so sorry. She's gone. My hands felt so numb that I couldn't even grip the phone anymore, and it slipped helplessly from my grasp. I didn't even hear it land. I don't remember sinking to the floor or holding my knees up to my chest, but suddenly I was there. My brain came to the realization that my mother was dead. My mother died on January 31st in her bed from a sudden stroke exactly 2 weeks from today. She didn't get to say goodbye. She died alone. Every day since her death, I felt all my emotions bubbled into one. Then once the end of the day came, I felt empty, like I wasn't even alive anymore. I walked over to the church in silence. When I straightened myself up, I saw Jungkook. Can I talk to you alone? Why did you come here? I asked bluntly before he had a chance to speak. I think we both know why I am here, Wyan. I'm here for you. I can't let you suffer alone. His presence and words were so comforting that I could have broken down against him right then. But I didn't. I pressed my back against the church wall and closed my eyes briefly as I tried to collect myself. I am not stupid, Jungkook. I know why you are doing this. What are you talking about? I heard you, Jungkook. I heard you when you made that stupid promise to my mother. You promised her you would look after me if she was gone. I said, tears starting to blur my vision. Well, it's fine, Jungkook. You don't have to keep your promise, okay? She's dead. And besides, she would have never said that if she knew what I did to you. Jungkook stared silently at me, his eyes sinking into mine with an emotion. Look, Jungkook, I have to go. Before I got a step away, Jungkook grabbed my wrist and pushed me against the wall. Hold on a second. I came here to pay my respect to your mother, yes. But my promise to her isn't the reason I keep reaching out to you, okay? I'm reaching out to you because of you. Because I care about you. Because I worry about you. Because I need to know that you are okay. Don't you get that? Ryan, I'm going to be honest with you. Yes, I did do something. Let's not pretend I was innocent and didn't say some nasty things to you at first. I was brash and judgmental, and you had every right to hate me. I called you a witch. Who the hell says that? And if you are the villain of our story, then so am I. Slowly, Jungkook's hand moved up to my cheek, and he brushed away a tear, and his fingers moved to cup my cheek and traced over the outline of my lips. Why don't you move in with me? Jungkook, you know that's not a good idea. What I did and what you did are miles apart, and you don't deserve. Jungkook grabbed my chin and pulled my lips up to his. His lips pressed down on me firmly and made gentle movements against mine, reminding me of all I had lost and missed. 2 weeks. I don't understand. How about I get a trial of 2 weeks with you living with me, and then we will see how you feel. Deal? His eyes beautiful and open, waiting patiently for my response. Deal, I whispered back. I am not going to lie, Ryan. I have done a lot of stupid things in my life, but falling in love with you was not close to one of them. You can push me away and call yourself names and tell me you are not good enough for me, but I'm never going to believe you. Slowly, Jungkook moved a hand to gently cup my face. I don't want some random coffee girl, Ryan. I want you. The last words of his broke me, and no longer able to hold back, I grabbed a fistful of his shirt and pulled his lips down onto mine. Those warm, familiar lips met mine, and the last of my resistance melted away. And at that moment, I knew there was no way I was ever letting jeon Jungkook go. Certainly not now, and not never. Well, this is the last episode of the series Revenge. Thank you for watching, guys. The next episode will be soon uploaded. Bye.